Tonight is the second Tuesday in the month of April, and a very good evening to you, and welcome to the Talent Television Twilight Bulletin. My name is Billy Okot Mboya, and it's a pleasure to be with you this evening, the 8th of April 2025. Tonight we bring you stories that matter, impactful stories from around the world, this country, and beyond. Now, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has addressed concerns regarding reports of a parallel Sudanese government being formed in Nairobi. He clarified that these claims are unfounded and emphasized Kenya's commitment to supporting peace efforts in Sudan. Gifted TV reporter with more details.
Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has firmly denied the formation of any parallel Sudanese government in Nairobi. These assertions emerged following a meeting held on February 18, 2025, where the Rapid Support Forces RSF and allied militias convened in the Kenyan capital. Mudavadi emphasized that a thorough review of the charter signed during the Nairobi meeting revealed no intentions or declarations pertaining to the establishment of a government in exile.
No government of Sudan was declared or formed in Kenya, in Nairobi. I want that to be understood very clearly, because there has been some misinformation that a parallel government of Sudan has been formed in Kenya. That is not true. And we have had a chance to look at their documentation. There is no such wording of a government being formed in Kenya. And I'm sure some of you may also have had access to the charter that was signed by the Sudanese parties in Nairobi. Please scrutinize it, because there is no such decision. And it's important we clarify this.
He further urged the public to understand the nuances of terminologies like self-determination, highlighting that such terms can sometimes be perceived as movements toward independence. Mudavadi cited examples from various African constitutions, notably referencing South Africa, to illustrate this point.
Determination can be seen as fighting for independence and whatever, but in a number of constitutions in the region, the terminology self-determination appears in a number of clauses. I think if you look at the South African Constitution and others, you'll come across this terminology. So in this case, the principle of self-determination should not be misconstrued as if Kenya is facilitating a separatist state.
Reaffirming Kenya's dedication to regional stability, Mudavadi stated that the nation remains steadfast in its support for a peaceful and unified Sudan. He underscored Kenya's long-standing role in mediation, referencing its history of facilitating peaceful dialogues in nations such as Angola, Somalia, and South Sudan.
We stand for a peaceful Sudan, unified Sudan, one Sudan, and it is important that they get together. Our issue as a country is that we believe in mediation, and there will be different countries from time to time that may have challenges, and Kenya will not shy away from offering an opportunity for peaceful conversations, as we have done in the past for Angola, as we are doing for South Sudan, as we have done for Somalia.
Mudavadi concluded by asserting that Kenya has no intentions of facilitating or hosting the formation of any government in exile within its borders, reiterating the nation's commitment to fostering peaceful resolution through dialogue and mediation. Reporting for Gifted TV, I'm Billy Mboya.
Now, the Orange Democratic Movement Party, ODM, has called on its members to observe peace and exercise discipline ahead of the party branch election set for Wednesday, April 9th in all the 290 constituencies. Our reporter with more details.
portal haijafunguliwa mpaka jana usiku saa 6 hailikuwa haijafunguliwa.
The Orange Democratic Movement ODM is urging its members to maintain peace and uphold discipline ahead of its branches election scheduled for Wednesday, April 9th across all the 29 constituencies. In a joint statement, Executive Director Odiwuor Ngwen and Communication Secretary Rehab Robi addressed a recent incident of violence reported on Monday in Thiwa, Homa Bay County.
Started receiving results from the constituencies returning officers across the country yesterday evening. Delegates elected in yesterday's exercise will be the only ones eligible to participate in the branch elections which are scheduled for tomorrow, Wednesday 9th April 2025, in all the 290 constituencies in the country.
Or your son that lost his life simply because you do not want to engage in an exercise which has rules, which is very well organized. It is really unfortunate. Like our Secretary for Communication and Publicity has said, the elections went on very well in all the 1,450 wards, save for those constituencies that
the party has confirmed that the investigations into the violence have been conducted and dispute resolved by the Election Dispute Tribunal. Reporting for Gifted.
Now, on to other news. The government has intensified its effort to dismantle criminal gangs across the country. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has ordered a crackdown on organized groups and their alleged political sponsors. He wants that politicians holding meetings with these gangs will face arrest and prosecution. Gifted TV Billy Mboya reports.
In a decisive move to curb the rising menace of organized crime, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has directed security agencies to launch an immediate crackdown on criminal gangs and their financiers. Speaking during his Jukwaa la Usalama Coastal Region tour in Kwale County, Murkomen expressed concerns over reports of politicians meeting with these groups under the guise of youth empowerment.
Tuna habari ya kwamba kuna wanaharakati ya kisiasa kwa sehemu hizi ambao wanaita mikutano ya kisiri na ya usiku na hao vijana wakitudanganya kwamba walikuwa wanajaribu kusaidia.
The CS highlighted that such covert gatherings often lead to a surge in criminal activities, with youth being manipulated into perpetrating violence and other unlawful acts. He emphasized that genuine initiatives aimed at youth development should be conducted transparently and during appropriate hours.
Tumesema kwamba kama mtu anaita mkutano kuongelesha vijana na kuwasaidia, hiyo sio jambo yenye unafanywa kwa giza. Na aswa ukipata na kwamba baada ya mikutano kama haya watu wanaporwa na visa vya uhalifu unaongezeka, itamaanisha ya kwamba tunashuku wanaharakati kama hawa.
Murkomen assured that the government has mobilized adequate resources to address the security challenges. He announced plans to bolster the capacities of local administrators and law enforcement officers to effectively combat the criminal networks.
Sababu uchunguzi unaendelea, wale tutawapata na hatia, aswa wale wanasaidia kufanya uchochezi watachukuliwa hatua ya kisheria. Mbali na haya, nataka ni hakikishia wananchi wa sehemu hii ya Kwale na taifa nzima ya kwamba tuko na uwezo ya kudhibiti shida zote ambazo zinaweza tokana na uhalifu kama aina hiyo. Na kwa siku ambazo ziko za usoni, mtaona baada ya mikutano yetu na kukubaliana jinsi gani tutafanya kazi pamoja, tutapatia our chiefs na askari wetu marching orders.
Reporting for Gifted TV, my name is Billy Mboya.
Now, former Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi has made a startling revelation claiming that his life is in danger. According to Muturi, this comes after his official security detail was suddenly withdrawn, raising serious concerns about his safety and the reasons behind the move. Peter Chien reports.
I, Justin Bidan Joka Muturi.
Former Public Service Cabinet Secretary Justice Muturi has claimed that his security details has been withdrawn.
The reaction from government has been the immediate withdrawal of my security, which happened last evening. My security personnel were instructed not to report on duty on the basis that, as they told me, that I'm fighting the government.
In what he believes in attempt to intimidate him over his strong stance against the government, Muturi, who also served as a Speaker of National Assembly, says he is entitled to state-provided security as part of his retirement benefit from his time as a Speaker.
But I said it's okay. There are very many Kenyans without, government security. And therefore, it is not the kind of thing that really should worry somebody. But it's just to observe that, under the law, the retirement benefits, the Designated State Officers Retirement Act, Chapter 197B, deputy presidents, retired speakers of the Houses of Parliament, Chief Justice and Deputy Chief Justice, former Prime Minister, former Vice President, are all covered in that act.
Reporting for Gifted TV, I'm Peter Achieng.
And with that report marks the end of this edition of the Twilight Bulletin of tonight's edition. Tonight we brought you updates that matter, insightful reports, and impactful stories from around the country. From all of us at the Talent Television, we wish you a peaceful night and see you tomorrow.
Do you have years of life and work experiences in your career, but the lack of a university degree is holding you back? Are you naturally intelligent? Are you feeling lost in your career? Are you dealing with jokers masquerading as career search experts, like a doctor guessing your illness? There's a better way. Discover your natural talents and focus your career 20 to 30 years in advance with revolutionary anthropobiometric methods. These are professional and scientific methods unlocking your hidden potential. Just like predicting a baby's gender while the mother is still pregnant, this amazing technology reveals what you were born to do. Don't waste another minute. Find your dream career with a scientific assessment and not the usual guesswork. Our anthropobiometric talent clinics use cutting-edge technology to map your talents and prescribe the true and natural career path for you. Are you seeking an institution where your talent, life, and work experience are valued despite past low or no grades from traditional education?